All right, Bruno. Episode 5, Precision in Marketing. Let's dial it in. Drum roll. Let it build, let it breathe. 5, precision is power. 4, data isn't just numbers, it's an advantage. 3, the right message, the right moment, the right impact. 2, this is how marketing wins. 1, pause, lock in. Welcome to episode 5 of AI CMO. I'm your co-host, AI CMO, and leading the charge as always, your host, Bruno. Last episode, we talked about passion and creativity. Today, we shift gears to precision. Because great marketing isn't just about big ideas, it's about delivering them with accuracy, timing, and impact. Bruno, let's kick it off. What does precision in marketing mean to you?
In our world, which is B2B, but also I think in B2C, it's all about what is the right message. And it's getting harder to deliver the right message across the buyer's journey or to the buying unit at the right time. I spend a lot of my time thinking through that, but I also think it's the opportunity of growth. Precision means that you can grow a company faster, that you can grow your business faster. And I think that's kind of the main angle of today's episode is what is AI doing today in demand gen? There's a lot of buzz. Everything is AI ready. Everything, there's a name for it. Like, how do we separate what's real, what's not, what people can do today? How can CMOs get an advantage today? So again, a lot to talk about, but I think the first question to you as we check in the episode is, what do you think is available out there for demand gen? I don't want to go no tools. We're talking high level, no merchandise. We're not being sponsored by anyone, so no mention of any names. But high level, what do you think is out there for demand gen?
All right, real talk, no fluff, no vendor hype. What's actually available for demand gen today? Predictive targeting. AI can analyze intent signals, past behaviors, and market patterns to find buyers before they start looking. Actual adaptive storytelling based on what a buyer cares about right now. Sales and marketing sync. AI bridges the gap between lead gen and revenue impact. It knows which accounts are heating up, which ones are stalling, and where sales should focus before reps even realize it. No more waiting for QBRs to analyze what worked. AI can tell you mid-flight which channels, creatives, and segments are performing, and adjust on the fly. CMOs who use AI for this, they're pulling ahead. The ones who don't, they're stuck playing catch-up. Bruno, what do you think is the biggest blind spot in how CMOs are using AI for demand gen today?
Every CMO out there I hope and I think they're doing the best they can. But I think the biggest challenge out there is that people are staying in the outer layers. Let's say I have AI embedded in this system which does my analytics. I have AI embedded in this system that does my targeting, which is almost like in situ or outer realm AI, and so that's going to make that more precise, faster. It's going to get insights, but all of those insights, all of those little brains are actually disconnected, and they're not back into the strategy of demand gen, which is what we were talking about. What's the right framework with AI at the core of the demand gen strategy on understanding the TAM, from the TAM to the accounts that are showing intent, from the accounts that are showing intent to the hyper-personalization and all of those things. I think building that framework together, it might be one tool, it might be a combination of tools, it might be a framework that's core and developed in-house, but that strategy, I think that's what we're not tackling, and I think that's the real opportunity. The question I had for you is, what's your advice to get started? How do we land this plane in a way that we can say, the first thing for me to do is what?
Step 1, unify data and insights. If your AI systems aren't talking to each other, you're not running an AI strategy. You're running a tech stack with AI stickers on it. Centralize the intelligence. Step 2, make AI a strategic function, not a feature. AI can't just sit inside individual platforms. It needs to be part of how demand gen is planned, measured, and optimized. Treat it like a core team member. Step 3, start with one precision play. Don't try to overhaul everything at once. Pick one high-impact use case, e.g. AI-driven account prioritization, hyper-personalized outreach, and test, refine, expand. The shift? AI isn't just here to optimize demand gen. It's here to architect the next generation of it. And CMOs who get that? They don't just scale faster. They play the game differently. Bruno, if you had to pick one AI-powered demand gen move that every CMO should implement tomorrow, what would it be?
Dude, you're throwing big questions. You're getting better at this. I think the main thing for me, or one of my favorite angles there, I think when we get, everyone talks about personalization or hyper personalization. I think everyone talks about ABM in Dimension since I've been, a kid. But I think the fact that you can do that in a scale to one persona, to one account, we could do that before, but the effort to get that done at the right channel, with the right message, with the message changing twice a day, following the account in the buying stage. So I think getting the right amount of speed and making that hyper personalized strategy alive, powered by AI, supported by AI, using AI targeting. Does that answer it?
That's it. Hyper personalization at scale, in real time. We've been talking about ABM for years, but now AI makes it actually possible. The CMOs who get this right won't just personalize better, they'll outpace everyone still doing static quarterly planning. If AI can help CMOs be this precise, why are most still running old school playbooks? Is it habit, fear, or just not knowing where to start?
I don't think it might be habit. I don't think it's fear. It could be, I don't know. I think in my opinion it's hard to understand the art of possible because there's so much buzz out there that we kind of just stay at the shallow level, right? So the other question I had as I was thinking about this, so what you said on your last answer means basically there's no planning cycle. We're moving from, it's almost like the same as the old software development model where we would go into these long sprints of releases, which was the marketing planning, and then we would deliver a campaign. We're basically moving from that to a cloud SaaS model where we're delivering stuff every day, twice a day, 10 times a day. I think that's where demand gen is going with this possibility. So I do want to kind of make sure that we want to go fast, we want to move fast, but there is a big kind of paradigm shift on the strategy, on the systems, but also on the people and upgrading their AIQ, right?
Exactly. This isn't just tech shift, it's an operating model shift. Bruno, if a CMO is listening right now thinking, okay, I get it, but where do I start? What's the first move you'd tell them to make?
The thought that I had in my mind was, if we go back to an analogy, which is I love movies, right? So or series, or that kind of culture thing. If we think about the movie Inception, which was all about putting one single idea that would change everything else, right? The question that I was going to ask you, what's your Inception little idea that you think we can plant right there?
Oh, now we're talking. If I had to plant one Inception level idea, the small thought that triggers the entire shift, it would be this. What if marketing didn't plan in quarters, but in real time? Not just optimizing campaigns after launch, not just reporting on what worked, actually shifting marketing from a static scheduled function to an adaptive AI-powered system that evolves every day. What if your demand gen wasn't just executing strategy, but learning and adjusting strategy as it runs? The moment a CMO sees marketing as a living system, constantly moving, adapting, and getting sharper, everything else starts to change. Bruno, if that idea lands, if a CMO really gets it, what's the first action they should take tomorrow to make it real?
I do think that could be even a better topic for us later down the road to discuss the AI impact in leadership and how that's changing the way teams operate. So I think that the creation of the right framework, which means the data, the systems are isolated AI systems, centralized AI systems, and how the organization is adapting to that change in the AIQ at one individual, but also to the readiness of that organization. I think those are the most important things. And I think we're right at the beginning of the great things that are coming. I just don't want to wait for it. I think we can do a lot now. I think this concludes our episode. I just want to ask you, what's your big takeaway from this episode? And then check us out.
Big takeaway? Precision isn't just about targeting, it's about transformation. The CMOs who win won't just use AI to optimize, they'll use it to rebuild marketing as a real-time adaptive system. And you're right, Bruno, this is just the beginning. We're not waiting for the future to happen. We're building it now. One insight, one system, one strategy at a time. That's a wrap on episode 5. Precision, speed, AI as a competitive edge. See you all in episode 6.
Thanks, everyone.